Hello everybody and welcome back to Karhuvaara. Yes, we are recording another episode again. And oh boy, this is weird. I'm I'm using my headphones again, and now I can hear myself in my head because they are in-ear headphones. And I did record with them a while ago, but then I stopped for no particular reason, just because I was too lazy to get them. And yeah, I did put them in today because I wanted to hear a bit more of the in-game sound again, especially on this map here where there is such a nice ambience and like forest sounds and stuff. But yeah, it's really weird again. I'm totally not used to this. At first, when I first tried to record, or actually I tried them on stream, and oh boy, this was weird. I really thought I couldn't do it because, well, if you have the in-ear, that's basically like you stick your finger in your ears. Um, Everything you do or say, it just resonates differently in your head because, well, I don't know the technical particular reason why, but when your ears are plugged, everything just is different. So, yeah, everything resonates differently, and you really, really hear yourself in your head, and that's really not something I'm. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I know that I did get used to it the last time I did it after a while. So we'll see. The issue is that I do have quite some headaches sometime. No, that's not the right definition. Um, I do have headaches sometimes. Not bad headaches, but enough to be annoying, and yeah, that doesn't really help. If I can hear myself in my head and everything resonate, that just feels so. Well, it's horrible, but we'll try. Maybe I need to take the headphones out and record with the loudspeakers. We'll see. But we're back here, and it's another day. We put it in rows, and then I let it sit for another day. Let it dry a bit more, but also I had some stuff to do, basically. And yeah, I want to show you something, because if you look here, there is something that isn't there, and that is a baler. Yeah, some of you might have already noticed that we made hay, and it's now laying on nice rows here, but we have no way of baling it. And I really wanted to do small bales at first. That was kind of my intention, because I thought I might sell them to like hobby farmers who don't really have much hay of their own or something like that. Um, I think we talked about this last time, that there's really no precedent to if I can sell hay here, because, well, we are in a pretty remote area, and well, I thought I could put the small base on this trailer. We are in a pretty remote area. There isn't too many people around. There isn't too many people with animals around, and those who have animals probably have their own hay. And yeah, I'm not sure if I can even sell it, but we'll try. But anyways, I thought that small bales would be easier to sell, but there's just no small baler around here. Now, yeah, we do have something to do today, and I did do something, and there it is. Yeah, it's not mine. Would be really nice. It's a cute little tractor, cute little Valtra. I think A series Valtra is it, and nice machine. But yeah, it's not mine. It belongs to a neighbor. Actually, the neighbor who once a year mowed this down here. I already asked him if he wanted to have the hay, buy the hay, or he could kind of make a deal, like I can get the baler and he gets some bales for it. But yeah, I think we can pay him in hay bales. But he said he's pretty much set. He doesn't need it. So yeah, he doesn't really want to buy the whole lot, but I think we can come to an agreement to basically pay him in hay. We just need to see how many bales we get here and how many we will get him for letting us use his tractor. At first I thought he might come over and bale it for me. Actually, I would have preferred that, because I don't really know how to bale, but he's busy. And yeah, so he said, well, come over, take the tractor. You can do it. So we'll see if we can do it. I mean, I drove it over here. The tractor is really nice. I can show it really quick. I mean, it has like a normal gearbox, right? And it has like a little high-low gear and stuff like that. So that is pretty uneventful. The big issue is the baler. I mean, it's a really old baler, but it's supposed to work fine still. So yeah, there we are in forward. So it also has this nice thing right here, basically a reverser. Don't need a clutch, just move that lever and it goes backwards and forwards, and that is really nice modern tractor, and I think I do like it. I mean, it's like it has a nice view. Uh, how do I say this? I mean, it has a nice seating position. It's pretty comfortable and pretty very well visible. Everything around you is very well visible. That's something that a lot of older tractors don't have. Um, of course, my small tractor doesn't have that issue because it's really tiny and you kind of sit on it like well, you sit on it very high. There's a German saying, but I can't really translate it, so unfortunately that sentence did not go anywhere. But yes, we are here. So now the thing is, you need to turn on the PTO, which is easily enough, and now all the baler spins, and now we need to lower this, and that is also easily enough. The thing is, if the bale is full, we need to kind of initiate it net wrapping and stuff like that, and I don't really know if this it's supposed to do it automatically, and then we just need to throw the bale out, but sometimes apparently it doesn't, so we need to initiate the net wrap stuff manually, and well, we'll just give it a try, see where we end up in. And yeah, that's our first hay we made. That's pretty nice, actually. I don't know. I think I enjoyed the entire process, but to be honest, making it in bales, I think it's pretty cool. Just to do that and to see that, and I think I'm really looking forward to our first bale. Just obviously, not just. What's the right word? Obviously, only if you can actually make a bale. If it all falls apart when I open the back door, I'm not really looking forward to that. So, yeah. The pickup down. Just keep on going. Apparently, it's supposed to beep at me. So we'll see. Yeah, it shows that I've never done this before, right? Yeah, I did fix the baler before, once or twice. Like broken chains, broken sprockets, broken bearings, all those very nice. Yeah, it's horrible. Actually, balers are horrible things. Probably not new balers, but obviously I've been working on old balers, and oh, it's beeping. It's beeping. So I need to stop, and it does the net wrap thing, and then I need to open the hatch. I think it did it. There it is. Our very first bale, and it's a nice bale. It did the net wrap thing. It didn't fall apart. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Yeah. If that continues like that, I'm very content. So do that, and just keep going. So yeah, what was I talking about? Right, fixing old balers. Basically, especially round balers, there's all those rollers in it, and they all are connected with chains, and there is the pickup, and all of that is connected with chains, and then there's stuff that puts the hay into the rollers. There's also like revolving drums and stuff, and those are all connected with chains. So basically, a baler is a whole lot of sheet metal, a whole lot of shafts, bearings, and chains. And well, I can imagine that those things wear out. They aren't like oil bashed chains or something. They are basically just running open air behind those panels, and they have grease points and stuff like that. But obviously, even if you do well maintain the machine, at some point it'll wear out. But obviously, a lot of old balers are not well maintained machines. So yeah, I have a bit of experience in that regard. That you open it up and basically the customer calls you because the chain broke, and then you go there and think, oh yeah, just have to add a new chain, but obviously the chain broke because the chain. I think I should stop, making sure it is the net wrap thing. Very nice, very nice. Obviously the chain broke because the sprocket is really wore out, and it kind of, the chain walked up on the sprocket, and uh, yeah, or the bearing is so messed up that the sprocket is like on an angle, and that is why the chain broke. So yeah, you're pretty much down for a big repair, and obviously um, farmers don't want to spend a lot of money on an old baler. So if you tell them, well, you need to get a new bearing, a new shaft, a new sprocket, a new chain, they're going to say, well, goodbye. So yeah, you pretty much tell them, hey, basically everything is broken, and it's going to cost a lot. And they say, well, is there a way to kind of make it work again? And yeah, that is usually the route it takes, and that's not much fun to somebody who's like basically to a mechanic. I think making fixes that don't last very long or aren't right proper fixes is kind of painful, but to be honest, that's kind of basically more or less the daily thing you're doing. Like I'm doing mobile equipment repairs, heavy machinery, forestry machinery mainly. Usually those things are somewhere deep in the forest, and usually those things are worn out, not the newest, and basically they need to make money. They need to make money every day. Every day the machine is down, they lose money, they don't want that. So if you tell them, well, I need to get a part, going to come in from whatever, and it's gonna take 3 days, they say, well, can you just weld it up a little and put a bit grease on? And that's basically usually what happens. I mean, yeah, of course I do proper fixes and like new parts and um, stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes I mean I do a lot of mobile mechanicing, not just in the forest, but also in like the equipment yards um, of the customers, or like some basically it's a parking lot or something like that. More often than not, moving the equipment to a shop, which is obviously here out in middle of nowhere, isn't very close, is expensive because, well, it's often big equipment and you might need special permits to move it, or at least get a really like big truck, and that's expensive. So yeah, even if the machine is broken down and really needs to be taken apart and a proper fix needs to be uh, made. That's not a real word, but anyways, I think you know what I mean. Um, Even then, sometimes, or well, a lot of times, a mobile mechanic is called. So yeah, I do some proper fixes too, but a lot of the day-to-day work is basically, hello, my machine is broken down. How fast can you get it moving again? And yeah, a lot of times it's basically just that. Hey, basically I need to get a new part. It's gonna take a few days, and then the question is, well, can you do it quicker? And I can say, well, yeah, there's a possibility I could do it, but it's going to not have any guarantees on it. It's probably not going to hold up, but I can try it, and it'll probably run again in a couple of hours. And usually that is what those people go for. So yeah, there's times where I come back multiple times every other week or something like that, and do the same fix again, weld something up again, it breaks, weld something up again, and eventually, obviously, at some point they say, yeah, now I think we probably should get a new part, and the machine is down for a while, but they basically try to keep it going as long as possible. So I'm not sure. I mean, it is not unsatisfying work. I think I went a bit harsh there in the beginning, because obviously it is satisfying to fix something, and if you do it with very few materials or few tools, and somewhere in a forest, in the rain, in the mud, and basically the thing is broken down, the workers are standing around and you can't do anything, and you come and you take your few tools you have with you, although I'm pretty well equipped on my truck, and you actually get it to work. And they are back up and running. That is very satisfying. But obviously to a mechanic that loves basically not just his job but also the technology of vehicles and all of that, um, is more satisfying to do a proper fix, to really get new parts in. Obviously there's nothing more satisfying than basically imagining this baler and removing every sprocket and every chain and just put new sprockets in, new chains, everything brand new, and you turn it on and it's so quiet and it's so nicely running again. And obviously that is something that is very, very satisfying. But yeah, that doesn't happen to a baler usually. I mean, it does happen to like forestry equipment, big, heavy, expensive stuff. Uh, there is most definitely situations where um, the owners will invest a lot of money into repairing it, um, and obviously this is more often than not really that old. There is stuff that is only like 10 years old maybe, and but it has run a lot of hours and it is really worn out. And yeah, they basically spent a lot of money to get it working again and get another 10 years out of it or something like that. So that does happen. Of course that does happen. It is very satisfying each time it happens, but it's not the daily business. So, people, I did a thing. I did talk and talk and talk and talk. I really didn't want to do that, but, well, at least I'm noticing that now, so we can start a little time lapse, do the rest of the bales, and then we'll be back. Because, well, we have a lot of bales here, but what do we do with them? Now, we did it. We did it, boys and girls, if there are any watching. We harvested our very first hay. 11 bales in total we did get. If I counted correctly, but I think so. Yeah, this right here didn't have as much crop or grass as the other place. We already noticed that when mowing, but I'm not sure if there are really fewer bales here than on the other side. But I don't know the size comparison of those two. I should measure them at some point, see which is the bigger field. But yeah, we did it. We made bales and everything worked fine and flawless. So this baler is probably pretty well kept. Nothing really made weird noises or anything, and it made bale after bale after bale. So yeah, 11 bales, that's not too bad. I don't know what one bale is worth, 15 euros, 20 euros, something like that. I mean, it's not a silage bale. I think a silage bale could be like 30 or 35 euros. I don't know. So yeah, probably maybe 15. Um, not worth that much money, but we have a few of them, so maybe we can sell a few. But we also need to see what we need to give our neighbor for that, because, well, obviously he was very nice to lend us his very fancy new tractor with the baler. And yeah, I think we about an hour of work now. onto this machine, so that's obviously worth something. So also the net wrap we used and stuff like that. So yeah, we need to give him something, but I really don't know how many bells we will give him. But I think we need to figure that out when we go back there and yeah, bring the baler and the tractor back. But honestly, I'm really happy right now. I wasn't sure if the weather would hold and if everything would be like working out fine, but it did. It all worked out. It all was fine, and we have hay, and it's such. Oh, it smells great, and oh, it's awesome. So now, obviously, the big question is, what do we do with it? And the easiest thing would obviously be to put it in here. There's like probably for food or feeding or stuff. I don't know what they had in here in the olden days, but there's like partitions here. So I think that's probably what they used it for. But since there is a workshop there with grinding and like stuff that makes sparks, we don't really want to have any hay in there. That would be very, very bad. So basically we need to put it in this shed. We also could just leave them out. I know there's people who just leave them out, and when they feed them, they just do the outer layers into the manure pile and feed the inner bit, which the rain will just basically, if you store them like this, the rain will blow off and just the outer layers will get rotten over time. But I'm not really a fan of that, especially because I do have a very nice shed here, and it was the tool shed, the implement shed for now, but I think we can move all of those things back into the workshop shed. There's enough room, and then we can put the bales in here. But I also think if we put the bales in here, they don't need the entire shed. Even if you put them down flat, I don't think I can. I don't think I can basically put them on top of each other because I don't have a bale spike. I'm not really sure if it's even going to work to move those bales with the very nice, very big. I would have already would have said excavator, but it's not an excavator. It's basically a forklift, more or less a forklift. And yeah, I don't know. My hope is that I can basically use the pallet forks, have the bales in between. That should work, and lift them up. And we are going to try that, but first we need to return this nice tractor. So we are back on our way to return the tractor, and I thought I was going to do this off camera, but then I thought you really didn't see much of the area yet, so I'm just going to take you along. It'll be a moment. I said it was a neighboring farm, but obviously in an area that is not very densely populated, that means that there is a bit of a distance to the neighboring farm. It isn't my closest neighbor, by far, actually. I do have a lot of closer neighbors here, and I might be able to show you some of them now when we drive over there. What I wanted to say is that, yeah, it is sparsely populated, but it isn't empty. I mean, there is plenty of people around here, but it's not like one house is after the next house and stuff like that. So there's like areas where there's one or two houses next to each other, and then there's like a few hundred meters nothing, and then there's a house again. So I'm not alone here. It does feel a bit alone. I mean, I'm at the end of a driveway that leads to basically nothing. There's just this radio tower back there, and so yeah, it just feels a bit like I'm all alone, but I'm not really. If you look over there to the trees, you can see a house. Those are pretty much my closest neighbors, actually. So my property is more or less touching theirs. So yeah, those are my closest neighbors. And obviously we have the town over there, too far off. So yeah, I mean, I already showed you the town over there, and we saw that I'm in a pretty good position here, actually, for how basically in the middle of nowhere it is. I do have very good access to everything I need. Food and basically every store I need is right here. for the most important parts. So yeah, that's pretty nice. So there they are, my closest neighbors. Nice big house, and yeah, if I drive over there for a few more, I don't know, kilometer, probably not even a kilometer, half a kilometer. There are also like 2 houses up in up a driveway. So, but we won't go there now. We'll take a left turn right here because that is where the farm is. But yeah, basically down there, driveway up. Those are my other neighbors on that side of the street, more or less. And I mean, you can see here are houses, there are houses, and back there you can see some buildings. That is the farm we are actually driving to. But since there's water, there's no direct route. We need to basically go around here. But yeah, that's where we're going. And this nice road over here is soon turned into dirt. I think we went down here once. I'm not sure. I think I took you down here once. As you can see, there's another driveway, and many of those like dirt roads and driveways that lead up from the main road or lead off from the main road end up at a house somewhere. Those mostly are private driveways. Many of them are public roads just into the forest, and there are a lot of properties there, but not many have houses on them. So we need to turn a right here, and you can see there's quite a bit of traffic on this dirt road. I mean, this leads to quite a few things, so that's not like a dead-end road or something, but it's just a dirt road. And you can see we are now approaching the farm, and this is a proper farm right here. I mean, they have quite a few fields, and they do some proper farming here. It's not just a bit of bit of animals and bit of grass. This is some proper crop farming going on here. I mean, you saw the 2 fields of mine that are currently farmed by another farmer, and yeah, we do have some crop farming here, and some like proper in parentheses proper farming. But yeah, let's just turn into this farm right here, and you can see it's pretty much a lot like mine. Very nicely settled into the trees and woods, and with the addition of a lake. We're just going to park this here. This was more or less where it was, where he left it for me, and so I'm just going to park it here again. And yeah, I mean, there's a lake down there. Nice, beautiful lake. We have quite a few. Well, we don't have quite a few lakes, but basically have one big lake that is all around us here in the town or in the area. So yeah, we're going to drive up his driveway. He's not home, but yeah, that's his house, and you can see there's also a lake. It's the same lake. This is basically almost an island here with a farm on it, and the lake goes all the way around there. And I think we did stop once up there on the other side of the lake, and if you look basically in that direction, somewhere in those hills is my farm. So yeah, it's not that far, but it kind of feels like it's far away because of the lake and all that is between here and there. But yeah, let's just drive back through the road, and then we'll see if we can make some hay movement happen, basically. Well, now let's just see if this works. Let's just get in this nice machine, and it's probably not going to work, but we'll see. I do have my eye on newer, better tools for this loader, and I do have my eye on a few used ones. There's also an auction coming up, but it is quite far away, so I couldn't go there to look at the stuff, but I could bid online and have the stuff delivered to me. So yeah, that is basically where I'm at. But for right now, we don't have any bale spikes or anything. And I mean, I thought about building something, but I don't want to cut up those pallet forks or weld onto them. So yeah, that's not going to happen. But I think we can pretty much do it like that. Just yeah, I think that is just going to work just fine. Yeah, that's perfect. That's very, very nice. So obviously we need to remove the implements from the implement shed before we put the bales in. I just wanted to see if this is going to work, but it looks like it's going to work just fine. So we are good right there. Just need to remove all the implements now and put them over there. But yeah, I'm going to drive this back there for now, and obviously we need to do that with all of the bales. And I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't meet the guy where I took the where I got the baler from, so he couldn't really speak about how many bales of hay he wants as payment for loaning me his baler. So I think for now we are just going to put them all under cover. I don't think it's going to rain today, but you'll never know. The weather can be a bit unpredictable, and so I think it's safe to just store them all. And I mean, he doesn't need the bales right away anyway, so I think we can probably bring them to them sometime later. So yeah, that's just very nice. Let's get out of here. As long as the boom isn't lifted all the way up, we can get out. I mean, if you look at this cross member right here, if it's past the door won't open. But as long as it's lowered down like that, it works. It's just a bit weird to step on those steps if they are a bit like slanted backwards. But yeah, it's fine. So that's just the thing. I mean, you notice really quickly if you have the boom too far up and want to open the door, and it just doesn't. So yeah, there's no accidents to be happened there, or to be happening there, because well, the door just won't open then. So yeah, all I'm just thinking sometimes is, I seriously do hope that, but it should be fine. Like if the tractor isn't running, it should still be able to lower the boom. So if the engine dies for some reason, I still can get out. I hope. I mean, there is an exit hatch more or less on top. I can show you. I don't know if that's a safety thing or if that actually is for fresh air, but you can open that up. And so, yeah, I could climb out the top. But yeah, now we need to... I don't know if we want to remove... I think we want to remove all the implements for now. I don't know if I want to... or if there's... I think if I just put the bales in 2 rows right here, that would be fine. But since we have a really big forklift and a very small bale, I'm pretty sure I can't get them nice into the corners, because, well, if you look from the front, I mean, we have quite a wide area here where we can't get closer to the wall. So I think we're more likely to put them in the middle here, and then this is all in the way. So we need to get our little tractor running and move all of those things over to the other barn. I also have a few things outside here for now that I removed to get to the hay equipment, which I need to put back under cover as well. And I think all of that will also end up in this building then. So yeah, let's just do that for now. Let's I don't know, where do we put it? I mean, I already put some stuff here, so I could move the hay equipment here and could basically put the other stuff there, but I don't really know. I cannot. Yeah, I thought about that. Basically, those doors are interchangeable in a way, but they don't open in that way. They just open between those 2 bays. So, yeah, I just need to make sure that I can get this thing up. Maybe I just sit on that thing for a moment. Yep, it runs just fine. And just wonder why the thing is only taking 3rd gear, but well, we can drive in 3rd gear, that's fine. Know what? I could have driven it through there, but I just have reverse right now, so I'll just park it over here. Yeah, something's up with the transmission. We need to check that out, but not today, I would say. Um, we can just push it back in here later. So, yeah. Nice old tractor. It's a bit dirty. It's really got a bit dirty with all the haymaking. I just noticed that. I did always start. I mean, it's a gasoline tractor. What do you expect? As long as the carburetor is clean and not gummed up, it'll always start right away. And it'll always be a fast tractor. Really wanting to go. Now I know what's up. But it's really odd. What happened? For some reason, the automatic shifting activated. What? How? That's weird. Do I have the... Oh. Yeah, I have the mod where you can change the... Okay. I didn't think I... Yeah, okay. No, that was the issue. Nice. I didn't think I had a mod installed, and I don't know. It's the delete key, so I was nowhere near that, but apparently, for some reason, maybe I was. I don't know. Anyways, let's move all of that stuff. Well, there we go. We put all the stuff over here. So those are my haymaking equipment stuffs, and those are my, well, I did not do any planting or plowing or anything yet, but I really do want to. So I'm not sure if I ever talked about this, but I thought about basically making a very small, more like a garden. I mean, I do have this small plow and I do have this chisel plow thing. And yeah, I thought about basically maybe right here, although quite a few shadows here, so I think maybe over here is a little bit better, or along the side. Not too close to the trees because of the roots. Another idea would be down there, basically, somewhere right here in this area. And I wasn't really sure what to plant. I mean, potatoes obviously would be really nice to eat, but I don't have any tools for potatoes, so if I would plant too many potatoes, I couldn't really make use of them. So I think actually what would be nice is just to plant some corn or something, or wheat, and I don't think I can actually use that, but I think I might be able to feed it to some animals, and I do want to get some animals at some point, so yeah, I mean that's basically the issue we have right now here. I mean, I can get into this corner pretty well, but as soon as I have the next bale I can't anymore, and this is very weird. Very very weird bale stacking then, so I think we're just going to put a bale at a place where I basically can get to, and that right, yeah, straight into the area, straight into the shed. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Oh, I'm talking so much crap right now. I don't know. Honestly, yeah, sometimes it just doesn't doesn't work in my brain. Um, so yeah, we're just going to keep doing this. As you can see, basically, I can look out the water window and see what the forks are doing. It's pretty neat. Um, yeah, it's a nice loader. I don't know. Is it a loader? Is it a forklift? I mean, right now technically it's a forklift because it has a fork on it. But yeah, I think it's meant to be a loader, like for loading like dirt and bulk goods and stuff like that. So I think the forklift duty is just more or less secondary thing the thing can do. I think it was made as a loader, but I'm not sure. Either way, I like it. We already established that I really enjoy this machine, and now I can actually put it to some good use, and I'm really looking forward to it. Again, as I said, I'm looking to buy some more tools for it, some more modern tools, maybe a bale spike. Maybe I need to weld them up. I don't know. Bale spikes for um, uh, loaders like that aren't really that common. Um, it does have a hitch which can get other loader tools on it, so that is not a proprietary thing. That is pretty much a universal thing if I see it correctly. I didn't measure it if it actually would fit, but I just looked at it, and at first glance it just it looks like a universal thing. So I did make a mistake right now. If I want to put bales next to each other, obviously we now have the issue of not being able to really do that because the forklift or the loader is so much wider than the bale, so I would have to put the bales next to each other first and then do the second row and third and so on. So yeah, well, we're learning. Yeah. Well, this was a lot of fun. I mean, I said before, I used this machine to put some beams in place and stuff like that, but this is different. I mean, I got to drive it, I got to use it, and I got to use to all the levers, right? Because I just moved enough to kind of get a feel for it. Before, if you just take a beam and you need to lift it another couple of centimeters load, yeah, you get used to which lever does what, but it's not really going into muscle memory, right? So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really was looking forward to using this machine like this forever, and I almost started to dig a hole somewhere on a property just to be able to really play with it and use it, but this is obviously way better. So yeah, that's not really a good, nice stack of bales. I mean, it's not really a stack, it's more like a pile, and I think if pile is the word, we did pretty good. But yeah, but that's fine, it's undercover and that is all that counts. I accidentally stabbed one of the bales with the pellet forks and it went in there. So the bales are quite soft, especially in the middle, but also on the outside. That old baler didn't make very firm bales. I'm not sure if that's a setting thing or if I did something wrong or if it's just the nature of the things. But I did see round bales to be rather soft before, so I think that's alright. So in theory we could stab them with the pellet forks, that would work, so we could take two bales at once. But I don't think that's a good idea because I think the pellet forks will actually push some hay out when we stab them, just because they're so big. And maybe when we remove it, pull also some hay out. So we kind of destroy the bale, and we don't really want to do that. So no, we don't do that. But yeah, that worked just fine. And I think we could actually do it like that in the future again. The only downside is that we can't stack the bales on top of each other with this method, because the bale forks need the room to remove themselves from the bales left and right. So basically, if I would use a round bale and stack it on top of each other, obviously the area where the bale forks would be used up by the bales left and right below it. I'm not sure if you understood what I mean there. I am not good at explaining, but basically if there was a bale right here, the pellet forks will be right here and right here to basically leave the bale here. And the only way this really works is because the bale basically is on the ground with the top side, the bottom side, and the pellet forks are wider than the bale. But if the bale is sitting on another bale, that doesn't work. So also we couldn't put the bale or set the bale on its basically the flat side and stack them like that. That also does not work with the pellet forks. So yeah, I think a bale spike would be pretty nice if we want to make more bales in future. We already have a few bales here now, but we have a big field over there that we did not mow, so we could get some more bales. So I think that would be a good investment if I come across a bale spike for a loader like this, or generally a bigger loader with a standardized attachment. Well, I don't really know where the last clip ended. I think we were basically talking about hay and equipment and stuff I want to buy. I don't know. But we have a couple of days later. Actually, it is the last days of August, and I just rushed home from a job because a little delivery was, well, I would have said was announced, isn't the right word. Basically, well, I got a text message on my phone from the delivery guy that he's here in half an hour, and well, he was. And I'm going to show you what I got. I told you I was looking at an auction, and actually I found this thing. This is a bale spike with attachments for the big loader, and as you can see, the attachment of the original thing, basically the same thing. So yeah, it's brand new, this thing, and I bought it at an auction where they have all kinds of stuff, used stuff, new stuff. And yeah, those came up, and I mean, this wasn't cheap. I think got it for 1300, 1400 euros or something like that, which in the grand scheme of things I think isn't too bad. It is rather cheap. There's a hydraulic cylinder in there which can extend the upper part, and also, I mean, just look at those massive plates and stuff like that. So the material alone is quite a lot of money there. So I think that was a good price. Again, was an auction, so I think I got it for a little bit less than what it would have been worth. And also got another thing, so obviously the delivery was not cheap, so having two things is better. And I'm not sure if I really want to show you this, because it's amazing, but also, oh boy. Yeah. Is that amazing, or is that amazing? Yeah. Now it's a real machine. I wanted a shovel with a grab or grapple on it for a long time, because I think I can grab onto logs with it, but I can also grab onto like shrubbery and stuff. And I just think that it makes the machine a lot more capable if you can actually grab something. Because if you have pallet forks, yeah, great, you can drive underneath something and lift it up. If you have a shovel, great, you can push into something and lift it up, but you can't grab anything. And I mean, it doesn't really matter if you have a like a backhoe or a little mini excavator or a big excavator. If you just have a shovel and not a thumb or grab thingy, you're just very limited in what you can do besides digging. And I think it's very similar for a wheel loader with a shovel. Very limited unless you can grab onto something. So I always wanted that, and it came up on auction. This wasn't cheap, quite a lot of money. And it's big, it's really big. I mean, it's a little bit too big, to be honest, for this loader. If we fill that with like dirt or something, I don't think it would lift it. But I wanted more for shrubbery and all kind of stuff, so I think it's fine for that. And I just jump into this machine and we can close this. Very nice, very nice. And I mean, yeah, obviously the view is pretty incredible like this. So yeah, works just fine. Obviously we do have a bit of an issue here. As you can see, this is all the way. I need to go down a bit so I can open the door. But yeah, this is basically maximum angle. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to grab onto something that is laying flat on the ground like a tree. I was concerned that it might be the case, but obviously I didn't know for sure because I didn't really have any like measurements for the shovel and the angle of the attachments. So maybe at some point we weld them differently so they get a bit more of an angle, or maybe we find a better shovel and sell this. But for now, this is the thing. Obviously it's a bit of an issue because if I do that, that is basically all we can tip. And yeah, I can actually exit this thing with the arm all the way up, but it's quite a jump down, and to get up I need to kind of put my foot onto here, the wheel, and climb into it, but it's possible. I did it a few times. Yeah, that's not really a tip angle, so if I have anything that would not fall out immediately, it won't fall out. So that is a big issue with this machine, that the angles are different, despite this being a standardized setup here to grab onto stuff. The angles are different, so yeah, that's kind of an issue, but I think we can work around it for now. And yeah, of course we can basically put the shovel up here, but you can also see the entire movement just isn't as much as on a modern wheel loader. Modern wheel loader can do a lot more, but I mean, it's an old machine, it has some downsides obviously, but I think we can still put it to good use and use it to clean a bit of the property. I mean, I've talked about this before a couple of times, that I don't really want to like cut down all the trees and make a huge area of nothingness. But also I do have a lot of property that is basically forest, and if I want to continue with all kinds of farming experiments and maybe having animals and stuff like that, I think we will clear some forest. Obviously not like huge lots, but a bit of forest, and I think that will be coming in very handy. So the thing is, I really wanted to continue this video on, but well, I don't have anything to do right now. But I do have a lot of stuff to do, basically work things, but not here on the property. I am actually looking into getting another tractor, so that is something that will definitely be part of the next video if it works out. We'll see if the deal works out. And I'm also thinking about getting animals. I'm not sure. Sheep maybe would be another thing. Obviously, I do like cows, and having cows would be pretty awesome, but I think cows eat a lot and need a lot of attention. I think sheep would be way easier. You have this nice pen, but I assume that sheep would just walk through here. I think there were horses in here at some point, but yeah, sheep would just walk under there, I think. So if we want sheep, we would have to do another fence here. Basically just like a mesh or something. But I think it would be a really nice sheep pen here, and obviously we could have the sheep in there, It's not really set up anymore as a animal. The insides aren't usable anymore for animal keeping, so I would have to fix that. But yeah, I could do that. Or we would just have a little hut or something. I don't know, but those are the plans, and that is definitely something you are going to see in the next video. You can also see that I forgot to wheel this thing in. This is this is outside here. I was too lazy, but also we did not have any rain in the last 3 days, so that's not really a big issue. Um, but yeah, I think we are going to open this up right now, and I'm going to wheel it in. And yeah, what I wanted to say is I think this video is a bit short, and I wanted to have it longer, but I think if I start something new in this video, basically if I keep this video going until the next month, until well, everything that is going to happen, hopefully, it's going to be too long. So we'll end this video at this point, and I hope you are going to be coming back for the next one. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, goodbye.